I'm stressed out. Alright, so I've been fighting with these people since I've been here. I am not defeated. I'm just tired. Okay. So I knew that somebody wanted to know what my court date was today. There were a great deal of people there gang stalking me at the courthouse today. And today is July the 15th. While I was there. I don't know where they traveled from, but I know they traveled from out of town just to come. But y'all can pull those cameras and see them on the camera. Long story short, Daniel Locklear with Robeson County Courthouse, he's in district court, is participating in organized crime as well. I believe I already told y'all that. Today he ruled in the plaintiff's favor. So what happened was they evicted me. I appealed it. My appeal isn't supposed to be heard until later on, to a later date. And instead of them waiting until that later date, the lawyer, which is Jennifer Ruby with Ruby, Chase, and Tallarico, it's in Greensboro, North Carolina. She requested for admission, and then she did a request for interrogatories and stuff like that, which I know that it's something underhanded going on with that request, because with an appeal, with an appeal, there is nothing new that the judge is going to hear. Like, there's no new evidence. They're just going to review. It's like hearing the case again and review what was heard the first time and make another decision on it, basically. And so they did something underhanded, her and the judge and, you know, the people that own Holly Ridge. They're all underhanded. They're all crooked. And so when it came time, like I gave a little background, and I was responding to her motion for summary judgment. And then in the middle of me, you know, as soon as I was getting ready to go into, because I filed a motion to oppose, they stopped me. She objected me. Then they stopped me, and then they made up some bullshit as to why it couldn't be heard. So Daniel Locklear, refused to hear my motion to oppose today. They basically are abusing their power. I'm tired of fighting, y'all. Strong people get tired too, okay? I'm really tired of fighting. I'm just tired, and I'm tearing up because, you know, I have to let my frustrations out and my tears out, you know, in the background, because, you know, just to keep me from crashing out. Hold on, I'll make you some chicken nuggets. We don't got no noodles. We don't eat noodles.
Yes, I do. I smell something hot.
That's them chicken wings that Zayden just wanted. I'm gonna warm you up some chicken nuggets. No, them chicken wings is too hot for you. Them hot chicken wings.
No, the other chicken wings.
It's no more of them. You ate all of them last night. I'm gonna make you some chicken nuggets. Okay? But yeah, I'm not gonna be on here long. I gotta get up and feed my baby. Hold on, Zoo. But I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all that before I knew it, before it was confirmed that he was working with them. And y'all should have seen like how they was looking at each other and all the side eyes and stuff that they was giving each other while I was in the courtroom, and I let them know out loud, like, I'm paying attention to everything. I see these side eyes y'all giving me, and y'all trying to act like y'all serious, but y'all really not. So I'm going to test the water a little bit. I'm not going to tell y'all what I've been instructed to do, but I'm going to test the water. But there were people that have went against me. These people have possibly benefited off of my inheritance in some type of way, because it was a couple women that one lady came and she interrupted me and the sheriff while we were talking. And I know he was working with them too. Tommy McLean, I believe it is. She didn't say excuse me or nothing. I caught that. And then there was an old lady with blonde dreads. And then there was another girl, she had like long braids. And there was another girl that had long braids. There was a couple of them in there that traveled to come to that court date today because they knew when my court date was going to be because of the mail that I showed y'all that was tampered with. They got connections in there, so they found out when I was going to be and when they could come and be present. Okay? And so they give themselves away because they always say stuff to me. Like, there was a couple of compliments on my hair. And I know that they was being funny. But I don't care. Like, I'm still fine. I'm fine. If they sister lost they dress, they both. God damn it. They both. But I know too that was some of them trying to trigger me as well because they know that they organized the crime for the girl to fuck up my hair, and then I had to go in and fix it. But I know that God is doing something. God is doing something because when it's some shit like this going on, I know God is working. And not only that, y'all on camera at the courthouse for no reason today, other than to be there to see me there. And then two, I'm still in high vibration. You know, I'm letting out my frustrations through my tears, but my tears are very dangerous and they really piss the other side off. So y'all got a whole lot of shit that y'all gonna have to deal with as a result. It's hard. I'm just gonna say that it's hard being God's number one soldier. And being the vessel that he uses to set people up. It's hard because sometimes, you know, well, a lot of times, quite a few times, me and my family, my children, Stop Zoo, have had to be in some very fucked up situations just so we can prove what we need to prove and just so we can get the evidence that we need to get. But the fight is not over. You know, I'm not going to stop fighting. I'm going to keep fighting. But they filed for a summary judgment to get possession of the property. So we're going to drag it out as long as we can legally. And I'm going to make the sheriff come. And when they come, I'll be on my way out the door and they can come and do everything else that they got to do. As long as nobody don't put their hands on me. But I'm going to let the sheriff come and do what they got to do. I'm going to make them file a writ of possession. So they're going to have to spend some more money on it if they want to get us up out of here because it is wrongful. I can prove it just like the last one and the one before that. Like I can prove all of it is wrongful. It is organized crime. They are all going to prison. But this is just the story of my life. And I ain't going down without a fight. That's all. I ain't going down without a fight. And I am still smiling. So I'm getting ready to go shower and cry some more so I can let my frustrations out. Because I really want to put my hands on some people. But I know, you know, if I do that, then I can't make sure that, you know, my future is bright. I can't have no future, no promising future if I act out. So I'm really having to stay strong, and I'm having to fight my old self even more now, and it's taking a lot of strength. But I walked out of that courtroom again with my head held high. I had my hand up, and right before I went out the door, I just said out loud, "Got all y'all asses going down," and that was my last statement. But yeah, Daniel Locklear, Ruby, Jennifer Ruby, Tommy McLean with the Sheriff's Department. There was a few different people, different ladies that were at the courthouse that were participating in gang stalking, and they were there. I guess they thought that I was gonna leave out with my head down, but no, baby, y'all don't get that satisfaction. I'm always gonna leave with a smile and with my head held up because I am not defeated. I'm never gonna feel like y'all have defeated me. I have been in situations where it looks uglier, you know, and still came out on top. So at the end of the day, I'm going to win. And God always going to win. God always going to come through. My team is always going to come through. I am hurt because, it's the battle. But I'm just tired. I'm tired at this point, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm told God I'm goddamn tired. But I do have a very good case. If there's a lawyer, I keep putting this out there. If there's a lawyer that is on the right side of the law that wants to take the case pro bono, because I do not have no money to give you right now, but I guarantee you that it is a win. I just need somebody that's on the right side of the law, that know the law, that know the legal system better than I do, because I'm just going, and as I go, I'm learning. I have all the evidence. I know how to argue the case. I just need someone that's real well versed in legal law and in, court proceedings and things of that nature. I need a lawyer that's on the right side of the law. I'm not taking nothing else. If I feel anything off, I'm not gonna fuck with you. If I feel like you working for the other side, I'm not gonna fuck with you. And so I'm just doing God work, and sometimes doing God work have you uncomfortable. So just wanted to come give y'all an update. I'm not gonna post this until after this has maybe a couple weeks to a month, or maybe even 2 months after this has happened. Today is July the 15th, and y'all might not see it until August or September. But the trial for my appeal is coming up later on. Zoo, hush, it's just hair. And I'm still gonna go. Because like I said, I feel like what they did today was very underhanded. I don't feel like I know it. I know it's very underhanded. I knew it was underhanded when they rescheduled it for another pretrial, because the first pretrial, and then they only requested that stuff so that they could have an argument for their summary judgment. So I know that everything was underhanded, and I told them that to their faces. They know that I know. I recorded the whole session, so I'll probably put that up too. But like I said, I was giving the background and responding to all the allegations that she made in her motion, and then I was proceeding to argue my motion to oppose, and they stopped me. She objected, and they gave me some bullshit ass rule for why I couldn't argue it, because they don't want it to be known what they have done and that it's wrongful. They think that their positions give them power, and they also think that they're going to get away with what they've done. But I'll be so glad when everybody go to prison. I'm not going to feel sorry for nobody. I will be glad when y'all go to prison, when y'all get them life sentences in prison for participating in organized crime. I will be glad. I will definitely be smiling when all of y'all get those life sentences. And that's a promise.